Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I am having a quick tour of Dowland Farm. Now, the person that created this map, who is Profarmer40 and Yorkshire Dano, they contacted me and asked me if I could do a tour of the map for the contest. Unfortunately, because of personal commitments, I was unable to do so. And the contest is still going at the moment, actually, so there is just enough time, I think, to maybe put in a vote based on what you see on this map. However, they have informed me that they're not so concerned about that. They just would like to get some good coverage of the map and would like to get some people to look at it. So I'm going to couple this in with a major channel update. I have had something really bad happen to my computer, which is going to have a major impact on what happens on the channel. So we start at the station here on Dowland Farm, and as you start, there was a train that came up through. It was absolutely brilliant. There's a really nice touch there. As British Rail came flying through. Actually, I think I'm not sure. Western Rail, was it? Maybe? No, it wouldn't have been up here in Yorkshire. But anyway, it's based in Yorkshire, this map. It's based up in the Yorkshire Dales. It's not actually any particular place. It's just sort of done to look like farms in Yorkshire. So, before I start really having a look around the map, I'm just looking to see if there's a house anywhere. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Stopping the traffic. Just looking to see if there's anywhere near where you start, if there's an actual house or something like that, so that you could that could be the place that you live. Because I normally, if I was to run a series on a map, I like to start near a house or near somewhere that I actually live. So, I mean, we've got a chicken cell point, a egg cell point there. But no, there doesn't appear to be a house here anywhere that we can claim as our own. We've got a castle over this side. There's the church here, and there's a castle over there. National Heritage site there. We got some houses here in the village, which is fairly close by, so we can sort of do something with that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The big thing, I'm going to have a sort of quick look at the machinery that you start the map with. Massive Ferguson Combine. 3 Valtra tractors up through here, S-Series, a Lizard pickup, and back to the Massey. So Valtra T-Series, N-Series, and S-Series. You've got a selection of Valtra tractors here. That's quite good. We'll take the Lizard pickup for a little drive around. So, my computer. I'm going to talk about this for a bit before we start talking about the map again. My computer. I have 4 separate hard drives. I have my main hard drive. Then I store the main hard drive runs the recording software. It records onto another hard drive, so that's the second one. I have a third hard drive that I store a lot of my games on. And then I have a 4th hard drive for backup and stuff like that. It doesn't auto backup, it just I back up the files onto the small hard drive just as and when I need to. So I normally back up every now and then. I think, oh, I need to run a backup of Farming Simulator because I do a lot of hours on Farming Simulator. You know, it would help if we were on the correct side of the road here. We are in England now. So, yes, I ran my backup, and whilst I was copying the files over, had a power cut. Had a quick look, and the mods folder has copied over successfully, and Gorala copied over successfully after I've done the 4 episodes. What didn't copy over successfully was Water Valley and Rattlesnake Valley. And I thought, right, I need to do that again sometime, but I didn't actually get round to it because I had other things I need to do, and then I forgot about it. Completely slipped my mind and completely forgot about it. Okay, that wouldn't necessarily be bad, you know, I'd get back to it and that would be fine. But I then had a catastrophic hard drive failure. An actual hard drive failure. I've never had a hard drive failure before in my life, and I've had PCs all my life. Never had a hard drive failure, so now I had a hard drive failure. And it was the hard drive that I store the actual games on, that I run the one that I run the games from. Because it was that one, it meant that I lost my Farming Simulator game files. I've lost the lot, all of it, gone. Okay, that's fine. Reinstall the game, go to my backup files and get them from there, put them back on, and oh no. Oh, insert expletives here. Lots of them. I don't have a backup. My backup corrupted when I was trying to save it. Insert more expletives. Lots more expletives. I turned the air blue. This is not good. So essentially what this means is I've got the mods. So there's some mods that were taken off of ModHub. Some mods that were taken off of ModHub, like the Belarus, the 3 John Deere tractors that got disqualified from the mod contest, and a few others as well. Mods that I like, that I've kept. I think there's a Land Rover in there as well that was removed from ModHub. I've got those. I've got they're safe. They're fine. So I can use those. However, the big issue is I don't have Whatever Valley. The file that holds it has gone. The save games bit, I put that on the same hard drive as the actual game. The My Documents folder, where you go and that's where all your backups and everything are. That was on the same hard drive that failed. It was all together. And now I don't have it. And I've got backups. I back up my documents on a regular basis because there's so much stuff in there. And that's the bits that I don't have. And fortunately, most of my other stuff I have backups of, but by this bizarre set of circumstances, I don't have a backup for Rattlesnake Valley Timelapse or Whatever Valley. It's gone. It's finished. I have got an episode for Sunday, and I've got an episode for Wednesday for the Timelapse. Whatever Valley is now finished. I can't do it anymore. I got no way of bringing it back. I got no copy of the file anywhere. So that one is lost. Rattlesnake Valley, I've got the 2 episodes that I'm uploading, so recordings, but I don't actually have the save game file anymore. They're gone. That's over. It's lost. So what this means is, starting this week, I'm starting a new upload schedule. And it's going to be... I did talk about it before in Whatever Valley, that I was going to change the upload schedule slightly because I'm enjoying doing the other games, and for the most part, people seem to like these other games that I'm doing. So the other games that I'm going to be doing are... hang on, I'm going to go into this farm here and see why there's a great big green dot there. Yeah, the other games that I've got... Well, I'm going to be doing... that they seem reasonably popular. So I was planning to start doing those 3 days a week and planning to start doing Gorala 3 days a week. But I wasn't planning to start that just yet. But now my hand has been forced and I'm having to move the schedule up a bit. So on Monday and Wednesday and Friday, I will be doing other games. I'll be doing other things that I don't do at the moment. Well, I've started to do some other games. I'll be doing more of the other games. So that's on Monday and Wednesday and Friday. And I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday for it because that way on a Wednesday you won't have a double dose of Farming Simulator. You'll have 1 episode of Farming Simulator and 1 episode of other games. The time lapse is staying on Wednesdays and Sundays. That's not changing. That's going to stay the same. But I can't do Rattlesnake Valley anymore. I'm... lost the save game, so that one unfortunately is going to have to come to a close really early, much earlier than I'd originally anticipated, because I really don't want to go back through and do it all over again. I got no intention of doing that. It's just not going to be fun. I've got over 100 hours on that map, and I got no intention of doing 100 hours over again. I think it's just going to be absolutely awful to watch, horrible to watch, and it's not going to be an enjoyable experience for anybody involved. So unfortunately, these 2 episodes of Rattlesnake Valley, that's going to be it. There will be no more after that. I've had a lot of people asking me if I could do some Euro Truck Simulator time-lapse. So I'm going to do a couple episodes of Euro Truck Simulator, 2 episodes, next week. So I'll do Sunday and Wednesday next week will be 2 episodes of Euro Truck Simulator, and then... I see, you've got to press and hold the button to open these doors. There's a workshop in there. And this side, storage of some sort. There's lights there. That would be where the grain comes in. Yes, you tip the grain there, and so... Oh, can you unload it? Yes, there is an unload point there as well, so you don't have to manually load the grain. After you've tipped it out in the sheds, it does look like it actually unloads itself. Let's open that door. Do we start with any fruits? Oh, yes, we do. So we got 12,000, 15,000, 9,000. We've got quite a lot in here. So, yes, anyway, 2 episodes of Euro Truck Simulator next week. I'll probably see how it goes. I may end up only doing 1, but I'll most likely do 2 episodes of Euro Truck Simulator because a lot of people have been asking me to do that, and I don't want to do it as an ongoing series because it's just going to be boring to watch. There's not enough that happens in that game to make it interesting to continuously produce time lapses on it, but I think 2 episodes of it could be reasonably interesting. And then after that, I'm going to start a new map. Now, I was originally planning to start Sandy Bay, and I was going to use seasons on it. However, I understand that if a map is properly optimized for seasons, it can be a lot more fun than if it's not properly optimized for it. So, as far as I know, Sandy Bay has not been properly optimized for it. I don't know if there's going to be an update in the next couple of weeks, and it's got to be in the next couple of weeks, ready for me to be able to start the series. Lossberg does have an update for seasons already, so I may very well do my next time-lapse series on Lossberg, on the Lossberg map. Start on I'll go into Lossberg because it's a really good map, and it's one that I wouldn't mind being able to have a look at. I thought it could be a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just something about that map that really appeals to me. I thought it'd be really cool to be able to do a time-lapse series on Lossberg map. So that's with the seasons, but then we're getting to this map. Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays are now going to be the farming simulator, and it's just going to be the one series. We're going to be doing Garala, obviously, and then we'll move on from there as and when we move on from Garala, and that's the one that's running seasons as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of seasons on this channel in the near future, and then after we've done Garala, we might move on to another map and not use seasons on it. But yeah, the time lapse is going to be using seasons. So yeah, apologies. There's some major changes. I've had to. I'm stopping 2 series short. It's completely beyond my control. I got no way of controlling it. But coming back to this map, we've been having a bit of a drive around now, and we've had a look at quite a few bits on here. This map looks and feels fantastic. It's got bigger fields than Lossberg, and see, I'm thinking I'd like to do a time lapse on Lossberg because it's a really nice map. It's beautifully made. It's such a wonderful map. But at the same time, I'm also thinking that a time lapse series here on Dowland Farm would also be pretty epic because this map is fantastic. And what I really love about this map is it's set in Yorkshire. And for those of you who don't know your UK geography, you've got England, and then at the top you've got Scotland, and so Yorkshire is near to Scotland. I live in Cornwall, which is the bit right down in the far southwest corner of England. However, Cornish landscape and Yorkshire landscape are not that dissimilar. There's more hills in Yorkshire. It's more of a hilly country up in Yorkshire, and it's like, it's colder, but there's granite everywhere in Yorkshire, and there's moorland everywhere, and you've got that in Cornwall as well. So where I'm driving around and I'm seeing hedges, the planted hedges here, but like this here, the stone walls. We get stone walls like this in Cornwall. We don't get as many stone walls like this in Cornwall as you do up in Yorkshire, because this is called dry stone wall. It's just made with stone, nothing else. Whereas in Cornwall we have Cornish hedging, which is stone with earth in it as well, and then plants planted along the top. So it's slightly different, but you still get this granite facing of stone on the hedges. A lot of places where you go, and granite outcrops and stuff like that, and that's what I'm seeing here as I drive around this map. So this map feels very familiar to me. It feels a lot like home, and I genuinely love this feeling I'm getting from this map. It is really, really good. So with that in mind, I'm going to try and find out from the guys that made the map if there are any plans, once the competition is over, to optimize this map for seasons, and if they're planning to do it, how long is it going to be before it's fully optimized and ready to run seasons? Because if this map is ready to run seasons before I need to start my new series, I may very well come and do the time-lapse series on this map. It's not a huge map, so we'd sort of be able to make progress a little bit faster, I think, than we did originally on Goldcrest Valley. And the way I was going to do it was what money we earn in the 2 time-lapses I do for... What do we got here, then? Yeah, the 2 time-lapses that we've got going in... that we do get going in Euro Truck Simulator. I was thinking that I would use those 2 to make... forest trees down here. Let's go for a walk. I would use whatever I earn in those 2 episodes would sort of be our starting cash pile to for our series, for our next series, either Sandy Bay or Lossberg or here. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, the more I look around this map, the more I'm liking the idea of using this map to do a time-lapse series. This could be a really fun map to do. Like the little tracks and everything everywhere. You've got little bits of forestry. Come on, let's just keep walking on down here. This could really work, I think. Well, I think this could be really cool. It's got to be optimized for seasons. The next map I use has got to be fully optimized for seasons. So obviously, if they've got no plans to do it anytime soon, then we won't be using this map for the time lapse. But if they do, I'm seriously considering using this one for the time-lapse series. In fact, I'll tell you what. We've got a choice between... I don't think Sandy Bay is going to be. I just got a feeling that there's not going to be an optimization done for Sandy Bay. And we can always leave Sandy Bay for a later date. Maybe do it afterwards, or... I mean, we do have the South American release coming up in November, which would also mean a major update. Let's jump through the vehicles a minute. I'm going to go and drive down that track. I want to get round there a little bit faster. So yeah, we've got that the Platinum Edition coming out, which is going to be updating the game, and it's going to be adding sugarcane in South America. So I might do that as a time lapse as well, and then go to Sandy Bay after that. I'm not quite sure. So I think for now we'll put Sandy Bay on hold, and I'm going to put a vote. Do you want Lossberg, which is such a cool map? Lossberg is an amazing map. It's got lots and lots of little fields, but it does have the potential for ploughing fields in together. So we could have a lot of fun with that. I think it would be absolutely brilliant to do on a time lapse, and it's optimized for seasons. It's fully ready for seasons. So I'm going to put a vote. Do you want me to do Lossberg, or do you want me to use this map, Dowland Farm? Because this map's really cool. I really love this map. The feel of it. I mean, you've got the castle up there. Every single town in the UK has got a castle. Well, almost every single town, except for the ones where the castles were completely destroyed by the peasants when they revolted. But yeah, I think this could be a lot of fun if it's optimized. Okay, I will put that as a stipulation. We'll only use it if it's optimized. So if it's not going to be optimized, the vote is just going to be kind of pointless. If it is going to be optimized, then I'll listen to whatever the vote says. So it's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. You are voting for the next time-lapse map. Do you want this one here, Dowland Farm, or do you want Lossberg as your next time-lapse map? And just remember, I will only be doing this map if it's optimized for yeah, I'll only be doing this map if it's optimized for for seasons. If this map isn't optimized for seasons, then I won't use it. Otherwise, if it is optimized, I will go on your choice. I will go between this one or Lossberg. Is this the castle? This looks very similar to the castle in Melbury Estate from FS15. It does. Anyway, those are your options. And that is my sort of my reason. This map is fantastic. I'm supposed to sort of be doing a bit of a look at the map, but at the same time, I've been having to talk to you about this major update. This is brilliant. The way you got these little back alleys and everything to come down. There's a dog wandering up the street there. Oh, this is brilliant. This is really nice. I really do like this map. The more I'm walking around it, the more I'm liking this map. It's fantastic. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts. And once again, I'm so sorry that we've had to cut 2 series just like that. It's just gone. Bam. There's not a lot that I can do about it. It really was completely beyond my control. I will be a little bit more sensible in future, and I will do more backups. Although, if someone had told me that I need to do more backups because I might lose the backup and the save game files all at the same time, I'd have just laughed at them. I'd have said, oh, don't be ridiculous. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Yeah. Turns out that maybe it could happen. So, the biggest change that I've instigated on this channel for a very long time, and it's been forced on me through partially fault of my own, because I wasn't... I was being careless, and I didn't back up when I should have done. I will remember. I've learnt my lesson, and I will be doing much more regular backups. Much more regular backups. And here is our chickens. And you know, I gotta say, the person who, if the people who make this map are actually watching, it would be so cool if we could actually, when we start the map, instead of starting at the train station. Where is the train station from here? I'm not sure whether... I think the train station... Oh, it's not that far away from me, I don't think. You know, I don't know where it is. But this is where I would like to start the... start and finish each episode. Except that... Because you know that it's kind of become a thing now with the time-lapse series. Is that I go up to the door of the building, and I always pick a different door of the building. There's actually a dude working in the yard. Oh, that is fantastic. There's actually a person working here. I've never seen someone working on the farm before. Oh, this is so cool. And does this mean that the map actually starts with cows? Do we start with cows? We start with 30 cows as well. Okay. So we got 30 cows. And... oh, there's the train going through. So, I'm guessing... oh, it's over near the church that you actually start on the map. But yeah, it's kind of become a thing now. I didn't even do it intentionally, where I started gathering the eggs as the end of the episode. It's kind of a thing I started doing in Goldcrest. And now it's become a thing that everybody expects. I have to do it. So, yeah. We'd gather our eggs from here. And then we would have to walk back through. I guess maybe we walk this way or around the other way. But there's only one door on this building. And this would have to be the building where we finish up. So, yeah, there is only one door. So, if we do a time-lapse on this map, that is where we will finish. And that is how you will see every single time-lapse finish and start. It'll have to be on this door. And we can spin round and we can be away. I'll probably keep a vehicle here so that I can jump to it and make it nice and easy. There's a dog there in a yard as well. This is brilliant. The detail and everything that is showing up in this map. I mean, like those barns there. I've worked in barns like that for years. I mean, that one there, you look at the stone wall and everything on it. That barn is probably 400 years old, maybe 500. Give or take. I mean, you look at how flat the stone is, and you can see there's no bulge on the side of the barn as you look down through. I would guess that it's a fairly young stone barn, so maybe only 300 or 400 years old. The really old ones, like the 500-600-year-old stone barns, they tend to be a lot more. Well, I suppose it does tend how they've been looked after as well. This may only be 200 years old. Just a wee babby. Anyway, I have really gone on for long enough. So that is the major updates to this channel. It will all be starting next week. Apart from the time-lapse, I've got 2 episodes of that still go. Then we'll be doing some Euro Truck Simulator time-lapse for a week. And then we'll be starting the new time-lapse. I will watch this video closely to see what everybody votes for. It is very, very important that you have your say in what we do in this series, because it is going to impact how everything moves forward. Do we do our season's time-lapse here on Dowland Farm, or do we do our season's time-lapse on Lossberg? It's entirely up to you. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. We are just going to run up to this house up here and see what it is, and then we're going to go. Oh, it's just another barn up here, and stone walls. What do we got here? An old wooden shack there. Oh, it's another house. That's a small house there. Looking by the back of it and the side, only a couple 100 years old. But you can tell by the bigger windows. When they're more than about 250 years old, the windows get a lot smaller. And then it was kind of, as in the last 200 years, the windows got bigger. It was kind of a sign of wealth that you could have bigger windows. And then it sort of cottoned on and everybody started doing it. But before that, the really old cottages, the 300 years plus, like the 500-year-old farmhouse that I grew up in, the windows were tiny. I mean, like little tiny things like that big. It was absolutely ridiculous. You couldn't see anything at all out of them. You could no daylight come through them either. And yeah, it's nice, and it could stay cozy and warm in there. But yeah, you didn't have daylight in there. You had to go outside if you wanted daylight. It didn't come through the windows. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it all. And until next time, this is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.